Hey, I'm Don.
Hello, I'm Karen.
I'm Paul. We're from Avengers Endgame, and today we're here with Vanity Fair talking about one thing we learned from our Marvel films.
You nailed that.
This is for Paul. How was it learning to fight against a green screen? Had you done anything like that before?
Not to this magnitude. It's a strange sensation when you are mapping this stuff out and there's nothing really behind you or around you. And it changed from Ant-Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Technology changed. To run with ants, pretend that I was riding on an ant, and that kind of thing was, I'd never done that before.
You never pretended that you ran on an ant?
It was the first.
Shocking.
It was the first.
Wow, that's amazing, yeah. That's something I do all the time.
This is for Dawn. Did you use the comic books to help create Rhodey / War Machine?
I did use the comic books. My daughter was, a big fan of the character and of the comics, and she would always sort of say, "Now you make sure this happens, Dad, and you got to do this, and look how he's standing here." And I said, "Look, back off. You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. I'm your dad."
How old?
Now she's 22, so she kind of is.
She's the boss of you.
But yeah, the comics helped a lot.
Karen.
Yes.
This is one I think many people would like to know. What is it like applying and shooting stunts in full makeup and prosthetics? Because you have it, you really have it.
Oh, I'm in full face prison.
Face prison.
Honestly, there's nowhere for the sweat to go. It accumulates in there. And then, it'll just open, and then it will projectile style shoot out
Like a
onto
zip.
whoever's in front of me.
Projectile sweat.
Oh, it's truly one of the worst things to be on the receiving end of that, actually,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
So in a scene, you're fighting whatever, and it's just
right in the eye.
shower.
that's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like
it's
a
crazy
lemon.
how fast it.
You're a living lemon.
It's not the nicest of sensations to be wearing that, with the sweat and everything. However, it really helps with the character and helps me sort of play her and get into her if I ever had trouble dropping into something. Like the makeup just does that for me.
How long does it take to get into
Yeah, I
it?
was going to say, when we have our 6 a.m. calls, what time are you in?
Oh, let me tell you, I have 2:45 pickups. We're in that territory.
Because it's not just your face, you have...
The whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, a full, from the neck up is not me.
Does it ever get claustrophobic? Do you ever have moments where you just...
Take
it's
it
like,
off.
take it off. Because sometimes
Yes.
you feel really restricted when you have something like that on.
I think that is the constant feeling, to be honest. It looks cool.
It does, it looks incredible.
Thank you for suffering for us.
As one of the writers, were you one of the writers on this?
On the AMM movies, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to write jokes for some of your legendary co-stars?
Thankfully there was several people in the room that are very, very good at that. Sometimes you kind of come up with things when you're there filming on the day. I always feel like writing jokes or writing things like that, you think of the scene as a whole and think of it dramatically and narratively, and then those jokes kind of come in later in a way.
Yeah. So you were in the writers' room and everything.
Yeah.
Wow,
Do you improv a lot?
multitasking.
A little bit. Michael Pena and I would improvise a bit more, but not as much maybe as people might think.
Okay, so this is for you, Don. Rhodey got to get some actual punches in. Clip. Should I say clip? Straight down the barrel?
Just say, let's go to the clip, and then we all
Shoot
turn
the
and
clip.
face the camera. Well, let's go to the clip, and then we all turn and face this camera.
Okay, should we do it? So, this is for you, Don. Rhodey got to get some actual punches in. Let's go to the clip.
Don't open. All right, let's go.
How did it feel to choreograph a fight sequence versus under the helmet shots?
Yeah, it was actually fun. I actually wanted to be a stuntman before I wanted to be an actor.
Really?
I did. It was something that I was always physical and athletic, and I just always thought that, that'd be a great thing to do. And then I started looking into it, and I was like, oh, you could die. I think I'll act like I'm a stuntman. Of course, it's a lot more fun when we get to do physical stuff. We all get to do it in the movies, and it's like you get to play dress up with the best toys, and you're safe, so you're not worried about it. And I just keep wanting to do bigger and bigger and more gnarly things. I'm like,
Really?
I can do that. Let me try that one. Let me do that one.
Do you ask to do more than they want you to?
They've never said don't do that, which makes me wonder if they really care at the end of the day. And it always makes it better when the actor can do it, because you don't have to cut away and then your face didn't give you a real
face
reaction.
replacement these days. I like a bit of face replacement.
You like a bit of face replacement.
Just do it
you
from
could do
anywhere.
anything. Yeah, if you could just do it from your house.
It's lucky with Ant-Man because you get to wear a helmet.
Oh.
So there are major stunts that...
That you don't have to do.
no, and they don't have to replace my face. face because they've just got a helmet on.
Yeah, I got the helmet love too.
Yeah, yeah.
I need one of those.
Karen.
Yes?
Okay. How was working through comedic timing and bloopers with a character who never laughs?
I think she's really funny because I think that people that take themselves too seriously are hilarious, right? Because it's like she's so straight and sincere about everything. She does laugh sometimes, but her laugh is more.
Does she laugh?
It's
Yeah.
like.
That's a Nebula blooper.
But that's as much as I can move in the prosthetics. Like
And
we
then
were
comes the
talking
water.
about. Yeah, just straight out, and then no one's laughing.
Like a snake shooting venom.
It can blind you
Every
if
time
you
she
get too
feels
close.
joy. So this is for Paul. What was it like choreographing the airport scene with Ant-Man going huge? How much time did that take?
It didn't take that long, but we'd also never really practiced it. And it was the first time that we'd ever had Giant Man appear in the film. So we were kind of on the fly thinking, well, how do we do this? How do we move? And there were some simple shots where just the camera was down and I was, and I was thinking everything was
really?
Yeah. So I'm sure if you just took a step back at what was being filmed, it looked ridiculous. But
Little dude's big now.
Yeah, there was so much going on in that scene. I remember as I was off in one corner trying to figure out how Giant Man might move, I looked over to my left, and Hawkeye and Black Widow and fighting and everything, and it really felt like being in a rumble and like a gang fight.
It was Warriors Come
Yeah,
On.
it really was.
You were in a rumble.
Question for Don. How has your characterization of War Machine changed since you first put on the suit?
Well, obviously, Rhodey has gone through a lot of changes over the course of his Marvel experience. Had a terrible accident, which I still blame Vision for. Don blames Vision, which is weird because you think it would be something the character would hang on to.
But it's Don.
I'm personally hanging on to it.
It's a personal
Paul and
thing.
I are not friends anymore. Not you, but the other one.
The other
that we
guy.
won't talk
The other
about.
Paul, yeah.
The other Paul. He's had to come through a lot, and he's now, back kind of better than ever thanks to the Stark Tech. And it's an exciting time for Rhodey to have survived the snap. I mean, how lucky. We do have survivor's guilt a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been picked for like a sports team or something. I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Yeah. You ready?
All right.
This is for Karen.
Wait, what?
Karen, calm down.
Karen,
We're all excited to play the
Really
game.
eager.
Right. How long did it take you to train with Nebula's weapons before you choreographed your first fight with Zoe Saldana?
It took me for bloody ever to learn that routine because I looked like spaghetti trying to do it. I truly, truly did. But I think I got to a decent standard by the end of that. My first weapons were these like two staff things, I think they're called.
Yeah, staff things.
Staff things. Staffs? Are they
Yeah.
staffs? I hope they're staffs.
Sai.
Sai? Oh,
Sai.
Sai.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Sai.
that's the plural.
Like Gangnam Style?
No, like Sai. They're called Sai. Forget it. Go.
All right. Don, did you have to learn any new styles of fighting for Endgame?
Well, because I already knew every style of fighting.
You know size.
I know what size are.
Size,
See, that should tell you
yeah.
right
Is that
there.
like a martial arts?
Yeah, which I've learned from the Octagon, Chuck Norris movie.
Just you doing that. That was like nunchucks.
Yeah, but with
Yes.
size.
What's the difference between size and nunchucks?
The nunchucks are, the two sticks.
Chains,
The chain. The size are the sort of like trident with the long thing
right,
in the
right.
middle. that
Yeah,
you-
like they look, right.
Yeah, you just fight with two of them and using
at
the
you.
trap swords and things of that nature and stabbing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And catching a
And
sword. 'Cause
catching a sword
the
and
things
a trigger and a gun and throwing it,
Yep.
all
Yep.
cool stuff you can do in a movie, which you'd probably die in real life if you tried to do it with some size.
I often wonder that because I've been learning the nunchucks for a film, and it's like I think if I tried this on a person in real life, I think I would get killed.
Yeah, and they're actually, they're illegal to carry because they're...
What?
Yeah, it's a felony to carry nunchucks. See, you're not old enough to remember. I came up during a time when everybody had to have a pair of nunchucks.
Oh, really?
Everybody went out and got nunchucks.
So that means we have to quit walking around with the nunchucks out of our back pocket.
It looks cool, sure, but you can go to jail.
Nunchucks in one, and then the plastic comb in the other.
That's right. And then the bandana.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Warriors come out to play.
look. Does Ant-Man have any new tech for Endgame?
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Good answer.
It's the only answer, really. I wish I could say everything.
Good
but
try, Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
Nice
try.
try.
Almost got
Almost.
us.
Is it time for a 3-camera?
Thanks a lot, Vanity Fair. Wait, hold on.
Last
All
one.
right.
Wait,
This is gonna
Okay.
be good.
Karen,
Yeah.
does Nebula learn any new fighting tactics for Endgame?
Another one.
Another one.
Another-
And it's another Endgame question, which, we know we
Which
can't
we
really
can't say
answer
anything
these.
about. But hey, maybe it's not necessarily physical fighting.
Ooh.
We're talking maybe verbal,
Yeah.
but maybe not. Or
But
maybe
maybe
there's more
not.
new physical fighting.
Maybe
there's
there's some
nunchucks.
mental fighting.
There's not. There's definitely some mental fighting. Thanos
Sure.
is her dad.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! You're supposed to tell him that before you.
Oh God, I've given the whole thing away,
I had
haven't
no
I?
idea.
This completely. Now I have to think about you in a whole different way now.
I'm nothing like my dad. Don't worry.
Thanks,
Thanks, Vanity Fair.
Hope
I
you learned something about all of our
movies.
movies.
Enjoy.
Enjoy
Enjoy
Endgame.
Endgame.
Okay.
Nailed it.
I thought that was pretty good.
One take.